Hey, what's up? Blah, 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 blah. Let me try this again. What's up, everyone? I'm just doing a video. Yes, I did unfriend a lot of people, okay? And I want everyone to know that the only reason why I unfriended everyone is for the simple fact is because I know the majority are not here for the best interest of my life, my journey, nor my purpose. And but I really hope that one day that people could acknowledge that there are people out there that know how to read energy, okay? So when it comes to energy, I am not illiterate to it like I am to a computer, okay? So when it comes to surrounding myself around different individuals, depending on their energy, will be dependent if I can withstand being in that cipher or not, okay? So because I'm aware that we all have differences, okay? And I'm an individual, I deal with a balance of logic and emotion, okay? And through all the things that I have been learning while being on my journey throughout my years, okay? I just want everyone to acknowledge from my perspective and my story, okay, how it was living in a state of ignorance for me, okay? And why I cannot accept certain religions today like I did. Well, I really never accepted religion. I just love people. And I don't look at people based on their religion unless they're over there trying to force their beliefs on me. Then I cannot be amongst you, okay? But I want people to understand that when I was ignorant, okay, I had no idea of who I was, no idea that I came from royal bloodline, okay? And as an individual growing up since childhood, all right, I went through a lot. And all my life, I blamed myself for all the pain and suffering that I ever faced on my journey. Every bad that ever occurred in my life, I blame myself for it. Thinking that maybe I did something wrong to deserve the life that I was given since the time of my birth, okay? And I went through a lot. And I was never the type of individual to dwell on what I went through, because I came out of a lot of my obstacles that were thrown on my path. I overcame a lot since childhood. And my only goal in life was to become a good individual, because of the fact I do not want to pain or suffer. I wish to have a good life just like many others. So when I began learning okay, about my history and history itself, when I understood why I went through what I went through, I understood that every fault that happened in my journey wasn't because I was wrong. It was because of what was done in my ancestors' past life. Why? Not just me, but why the majority of the world suffers as we are awakened on this day and time. Because I know I'm not the only one that suffers. I am not ignorant nor closed-minded to that knowing, okay? I'm aware. I'm a very sensitive soul, okay? And even when I woke up from my coma, when I had my near-death experience and I was taken to see God, all right? And I had a tube in my throat, unable to speak. And the only thing that I could do was watch TV. And when I saw those commercials, when I had seen the commercials on Africa and how St. Jude or whoever it was, some organization, some charity organization was asking for money for Africa because of the children that were going hungry, I cried. I didn't look at my situation, nor the fact that I wasn't able to walk, I wasn't able to talk, I couldn't piss or poop in a normal toilet bowl, I wasn't able to bathe, I was only able to get sponge baths, I couldn't even wash my own body. I wasn't crying because of my situation. I was crying because of what I saw on TV with all of those children, oh my God, in that condition. Like, that is the worst pain that anyone could ever go through. That's suffering at its finest. Okay? So, knowing what I know today and the people that are surrounding me are the same people who are responsible for the conditioning of this planet around this entire globe, all right, is why I chose to separate them from my social media life. For the simple fact is that these individuals do practice black magic, all right? There are radical Muslims who do practice black magic, and I have evidence to prove it. Because these people make these profiles showing what they do out in the open. Okay? And I do not condemn people for their way of living. However, when their way of living is causing pain and suffering on other individuals for the sake of their self-gratification, then that's when I have a problem. Okay? I have a problem with that. I have a problem with knowing that these individuals who try to brainwash their beliefs into my beautiful, innocent mind, knowing that they are the ones who took away from my ancestor what never belonged to them. So, when I realized all of this pain and suffering that I've ever gone through is because of what happened to my bloodline in the past, knowing my bloodline was innocent, like, I don't really know how to respond to it. I don't think I've processed it enough for it to affect me the way it possibly could affect someone else. And I'm being honest about that. I don't know how to respond knowing all this pain and suffering that I've ever faced in life, and not just me. I'm speaking for every individual that breathes in this world, that goes through pain and suffering, whether if it's drug addiction, whether if they're living on a part of the world where it's a war zone, whether if they're in poverty, unable to have a bed, food to eat. Like, I acknowledge the suffering of everyone in this world. So I am not just speaking upon myself, because I think what bothers me the most is knowing if these greedy, selfish individuals did not kill my ancestor, the world would not be in the condition that it is today. And this I know for a fact, because it even states in biblical scripture that when Jesus Christ, amen, had rulership in Egypt, there was never no pain or suffering. Never. So I know for a fact, if these greedy, selfish individuals did not take the actions that they took, we will not be suffering today. And I know for a fact, if what was done in the past is not fixed on this timeline, then we will as a whole fall into a greater suffering, in which I really wish for it not to happen. Because that's when I know I'm not going to ever want to return again. Because by that time, my existence will probably be completely destroyed, as they've been trying to destroy my family's existence since the time they killed my ancestor. Okay? And I think later on today, I'm going to make a video in regards to ISIS, because I don't believe that's the real name of ISIS. I believe the real name of ISIS is Queen, and I really have to get this woman's pronunciation corrected, but I've never seen her name before, and I'm just like, oh my God, like, I'm so stuck on it because the way that it is written, that I don't know how to pronounce her name. Forgive me. But I really believe that Queen Hatshepsut, that's what I'm gonna call her until I get the pronunciation corrected. I believe she was ISIS. So therefore, if she's ISIS, that means she is the queen of us all. I mean, not the queen, the mother queen of us all. So therefore, I know, all right, and I'm not saying this out of bitterness. I'm saying it out of logic. If they try to deplete the entirety of my bloodline, knowing that my bloodline is the beginning of human existence itself, okay, it is, then I fear what will come in this world. Because if you try to deplete the light, I come of the light, okay? I come of heaven. That's where I come from. I know what heaven is, okay? So I know them trying to destroy my existence or try to diminish my light will cause, it will cause something to occur that I forbid from happening, because I wouldn't want something like that to happen, because I know that in this world there is a lot of beauty that goes unnoticed. And the reason why this beauty goes unnoticed is because of the environments that we have been conditioned in, which is these city lives. All right, the city lifestyle is what destroys our natural habitats. It destroys it. And it causes destruction on the psyche as well, because we're taking people away from their natural roots. And when you do that, it's going to inflict an imbalance between peace and harmony. There's always going to be conflict and war because of that. And it's like, all I care about is the future of this planet and the future of humanity. Even though I know not everyone's going to make it to the future. Okay? And that affects me as well. On the other end, I'm aware that things like this have to happen in order to bring back life to the point that it once was, when everything was in proper alignment. Come on, when you realize that there was a time when this planet never knew what a hurricane was, then you realize, seeing everything that we are going through at this time, something is not right and needs to be fixed. And if it's not fixed, then I fear what will come of it. Other than that, I need to go to my studies, because I do want to make some, more insightful videos, because I really enjoy doing this. I enjoy teaching. This is what I love to do. It's always been my passion, even before I knew who I was. And I remember in my teenage years, people used to sit there and be moved by my wisdom. And some loved me, while others did not. As it's the same thing that I go through now. I have those that love me, and then I have those that hate me with a passion. But this is what I love to do. I love to teach. I love to give my wisdom. I love to share my knowledge, because I want people to come to a higher conscious awareness as a whole, even though we all have to go through our own stages. But I just believe in myself. The more that I push this and just keep persevering, even through all of my adversities, one day my knowledge, my wisdom is going to make a difference. And I know my knowledge, my wisdom, and my teachings is going to influence people. And I know with that knowledge and that wisdom, I too can make a difference. And that's why I ask my adversaries to please stop fighting with me and causing blockages in my life. Allow me to live and do my divine duty. Okay? I am not here to wage war with you as you have against me. In secrecy, in the dark, where when I speak about this, a lot of people probably think, damn, you crazy. While other people are probably like, they hear me, but yet they're just not sure. But yet they still hear me. They still give me the platform and they hear me speak. And that makes a difference for me. And I appreciate that with all in my heart. But this is what I love to do. Because I care for humanity that much. Because I'm tired. I'm tired of suffering and seeing everyone else suffer. Because their suffering also becomes my suffering. That's what a lot of people don't understand. It affects me when I see people suffer. Because my mind knows that's not normal. That is not why God placed us here in this world for. No. So other than that, y'all have a good day. God bless y'all. I don't hate you guys. I just had to separate myself from y'all because of that negative energy that I could pick up. I could pick it up. Energy doesn't lie. I'm not stupid. I'm not blind. I might have been dumb and blind when I met some of y'all, but trust and believe, I am that individual that will grow. I promise you that. I will always learn and I will always grow. In the name of my ancestor, Jesus Christ, amen. I love y'all.